Hello, I'm going to show you how to use the Ergobaby Omni Dream. So this one is the full cotton version. The Ergobaby Omni Breeze is exactly the same, but it's mesh, so it's a little bit more breathable, a little bit less heavy. So here we go. Start with the waist belt and clip. Like this. And inside, as you can see, we have some adjustments. So for a small baby, we start here. As your baby gets bigger, you gradually make it wider and wider, okay? This, just keep an eye on your baby's legs. When the legs start to be a bit straight, and when your baby's not supported knee to knee, try to make it a little bit wider. So I'm gonna hold it like this. Bring it on your waist. Hold it. Bring the lumbar support across your back. Around. I'm going to clip through the elastic band for safety. That will hold it together in case something happens. Clip, and you hold and you pull on each side until you feel the lumbar support right in the middle. If you've got quite a small baby, don't hesitate to have this quite high up on your waist, so make sure the panel doesn't cover the face. Bigger babies, just a little bit lower down. Try to avoid carrying on your hips, it's not very comfortable. This carrier, you can either have the strap straight or cross. You can face in, or you can also face out from 5 months if you want to. You can hip carry, and from 6 months you can put your baby on your back if you wanted to. So here I'm going to show you a front carry facing in. There are these adjusters here for facing in. You leave it on the wider setting. If one day you want to turn your baby around, sliders inside. So we're going to start with straight straps. So there's lots of ways to put a carry on. It's about finding what works for you, okay? So most people hate these things called the chest strap, and you can, if you put it on like this, then you have to clip it and it can be a bit stressful. So I'll say just leave it clipped in. This should sit somewhere between your shoulder blades here, quite snug. Two techniques from here. Either I'm going to slide baby in, so I'm going to put this on, leave this a bit loose, bring baby on my shoulder, nice and high like you're burping your baby. Pop your hand under and then guide the legs through like that on each side, and let your baby sit down in a nice deep seat, bum lower than the knees, with this just under the earlobe. Second technique, called the t-shirt technique. So leave the whole thing clipped in, hanging, grab the baby, bring your baby on your front, and again sit in a nice deep seat, bum lower than the knees always to promote healthy hip development. Keep the back nicely rounded, and always make sure your baby's close enough to kiss the top of the head so you can see the airways the whole time. We keep arms towards the face, especially when they're little, and then you just grab the chest strap, bring it over, arm through like this. Make sure the top of the panel is maximum under the earlobe. For a small baby, we want to support as high as possible without covering the airways. Then I'm just gonna bring the slack towards my back, pull it forward, and that's the trick, like this, and pull back. That will stop you having a massive gap here, which happens with padded straps. So like that, gives you a nice snug fit. Bring it forward and then pull. Okay, that's pretty much it. If you have somebody helping you, it's handy for somebody to set the chest strap for you. Otherwise, next time you take it off, you might want to move it around. It should sit roughly here and not too wide. That's it. Few functionalities. The headrest, which is the bit. For a small baby, keep it inside. That gives a bit of padding around the neck. As your baby gets bigger, you don't really need it as much. When your baby gets better head control, it might actually annoy them, so take it off, remove this. You can just stick it on the side like that. Okay, as your baby gets taller and taller, you can have this up so your baby's still well supported. If you need to give some head support, you can put it up, but in all honesty, I would always recommend you keep the airways clear, so use maybe like half of it. But if you have the panel just under the earlobe, you don't need to have something behind the head, okay? Correct the positioning, bring the bum a bit lower down, bring your waist belt a bit higher up. A little bit of wriggling usually does the trick. And inside we have a hood. So slip hoods, or whatever you want to call them. Handy when suddenly it rains and you're like, oh no. You can use them like that. Again, I will always advise you to use it only half. And then you've got poppers here, just clip. You can choose different setting, tighter or looser depending on how tight you want to make it. Using half is handy. The whole thing, I would say, be very careful, especially with a small baby. They're quite handy when you back carry and your baby falls asleep with their head like that. You can bring the hood over. Okay, so otherwise keep it there. If you want to feed your baby, go to your clips, and to loosen, you either lift that lip, put your finger underneath, tilt forward, whatever you want. So from straight strap, if you're breastfeeding, you can just go down like that. You can loosen your waist belt, and you can feed if you've got a small baby. So support the airways. If you're bottle feeding, likewise loosen, bring baby over. I'm going to sit baby on its side like this. So I'm going to bring the leg through like this and support the head, and you can feed. Make sure the strap isn't going away. I'll show you in a minute how to do it with cross straps. It's a bit nice actually. So like that, you can feed, come back up, leg through, and I would just retighten the whole thing. To take out, different options. You can just loosen the whole thing, zip, and then just take your baby out. Other option, you loosen, to bring the chest strap around your neck, hold baby, unclip, nice and quick. Whatever works for you, whatever is safer. Okay, second way to use the straps. Right, if you want to cross the straps, you need to unclip the clip. So it's got what we call tri-lock. It's a safety system. You press the middle button and it will unlock the other side. You can take a couple of tries, okay? Press, unclip. If the strap's quite loose, we're just going to stick a baby in there. So, yep, on your front. Again, it's always the same. Good enough to kiss. We can see the airways. Bring the panel across all the way to under the earlobe. You're gonna grab a strap, flip over your shoulder. Make sure nobody's behind you because that really hurts. Pop, switch hands. I'm gonna go to my back, grab it, pull it down, and that's very important. Pull it down, slide it across your lower back. It will stop it riding into your neck, which is a bit uncomfortable. And if you're a breastfeeding parent, you'll keep the webbing away from the boobs. Clip and then pull back to tighten. We'll do the same here. Pull down, slide across your lower back. Keep it nice and low. Clip. You can just like roll it around your fingers and pull. Don't try to do some really hard movements. Just go very close to the clip and do that, okay? If it's still a bit loose, lift that slack off your shoulder, guide it across forward like this. Keep going until it's nice and snug. One way to know if a carrier is tight enough or not, hold your baby's head. I don't do that normally, but just this is the test. Lean forward. If your baby's body coming away from yours, then it's not tight enough. Make it a little bit tighter, okay? The carrier's got to be tight, it's important. I know sling should always be nice and tight. Close enough to kiss, you can see the airways. When baby's asleep, you can fit 2 fingers between chin and chest. Always carry upright, supported from neck to knees. That's about it, simple as that. For feeding in a cross strap position. Loosen each side. Going to basically where is the hip carry. This strap will fall off, so just take it off and give it a little pull, bring it back around. Make sure you're low enough for breastfeeding, like this. And again, support if your baby is very small. When they're bigger, hands-free, they can do it by themselves when they have full head control. Otherwise, when they don't have good head control, you still support it a bit. If the head free, just support neck, top of the shoulders. Watch your baby, make sure head and spine are always aligned. If you are bottle feeding, same, we go to the hip and a bit like I showed with the straight strap, lift baby over, and then you're gonna bring your baby in a seated position, kind of semi-recline, support, and then feed. Give you some nice relief, it's really lovely. Go back center, so legs will come out to the side. And if you front carry, you come back. This has gone loose or tight, you loosen, or whatever. Lift. And I'll retighten the whole thing, okay? To take off, you can unclip or you can just take your arms off. Again, it's whatever you prefer. Lift baby out. And there you go. Ta-da! All done. Thank you for watching. Bye.